it occurred to me that we should probably cover a couple of topics before we actually move into the breakdown. So, when a composer gets a film to work on, it can be really overwhelming. Like an author staring at the white screen with nothing, it's mocking you. Oh my goodness, what do I write? Even Hans Zimmer has this feeling. I took his masterclass once, and he says when he gets this film in front of him, this enormous project with infinite possibilities, he's overwhelmed and feels like a fraud. I don't know what to do. I've got nothing. Well, there are four questions you can ask, which have a lot of overlap, but they take it down from this enormous project to easily digestible little portions that it makes it a lot easier to approach. So, what are these four questions? The questions are: what does this film need? What best serves the story? What does this scene need? And that question has a sister question, which emotions are present. Okay, so let's take a look real quick. So, what does the film need? This is the macro question. It's a very easy one to answer. It's one of tone, one of genre. Well, okay, so let's take a look, shall we? 1 second, bear with me. Okay, is this an action film? Is it a comedy? Is it an adventure film? Is it horror? No, it's obviously a kid's cartoon. So that automatically rules out so many options. Well, kids cartoon? What kind of kids cartoon? Well, let's take a closer look, shall we? It's very bright and colorful, right? It's got a child himself as the main character. Well, I guess the brain is really the main character. Look! There's tons of smiles. It's really busy. It's silly. It's absurd. So this informs us. It's probably going to be very busy music. It's probably going to be major and not minor. It's not going to be Lydian or Mixolydian. It's simple questions. There's probably going to be some chromaticism involved. Also, we should note that this is a silent film. Silent film doesn't mean that there's no sound. It means that there's no dialogue. And typically, in a silent film, the music is carrying a lot of the emotional weight. So already we've gone from I don't know what to do to okay, I've got a target in mind. So the next question is, let me look at my notes here. What best serves the story? So this question is often a moment to moment question. First, you have to know what the story is. Let's take a look. A young child. Hold on, I don't have grip of my. There we go. A young child is born. His brain's so bored that he jumps ship, goes out and plays, packs the kid's brain full of knowledge, right? Plays and has fun until, it goes all wrong, and then he runs back. And then we got our happy ending. Okay, so this question, what best serves the story? Now that we know the story, yes, we race through it, but what best serves the story moment to moment? And this is how you answer that question. There's two types of scoring that I'm aware of. One is called scoring to picture. This is where the music reacts in real time. The next type of scoring is called mood scoring or vibe scoring. Theme music also falls under this category. This is when the music just kind of chugs along. It just sets the mood. It's in the name. There's usually just one emotion. It's an instrumental piece, and it starts and finishes, at whatever allotted time. Montages are famous for this. It doesn't really react, but it doesn't mean it's any lesser. It's actually the most popular type of scoring today. There's mood scoring, again, and there's scoring to picture. And a really great composer should know how to do both. Now, the answer to the question, what best serves the story, we'll add, a parentheses in this moment, is should I score to picture in this moment? Should it react in real time, or should I just set the mood? And remember, you really got to learn to do both if you want to be good at this. And knowing when to do which, again, it's really crucial to what best serves the story. Okay, so this sounds like the same question, but it's just overlap. What does this scene need? So again, We're narrowing down from the macro to the micro. Now we're just in the scene itself. All right, we've decided what the tone is. We've decided if I'm going to score a picture or if I'm going to just set the mood. Now, what does this scene need is answered by its sister question, which is what emotions are present. Let's take a look again. Let's just look at the literally the intro really quick. What emotions are present? Instantly, I can see the kid's not happy. He's bored. He's bored, even maybe touching on sad. All right, it's setting the scene, right? We know where we're at school. It sucks. It already informs us what we need. It tells us, it probably gives us some hint to instruments, some hint to what mood, major or minor, right? It gives us a lot of clues. What does this scene need, or again, is answered by what emotions are present. All right, so one last concept I want to cover is called Mickey Mousing. This is scoring to picture turned up to an absurd level. You take scoring to picture and you crank it up to 11 and you've got Mickey Mousing. I don't know why they call it Mickey Mousing, because Bugs Bunny cartoons, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry, the Roadrunner, and Coyote, these cartoons, Mickey Moused all the time. It really should be called Bugs Bunnying or something, Looney Tunes. So it's when everything is musically represented, when you scored a picture to such an absurd level that it's, for a lack of a better term, cartoonish. I've adopted that for a lot of the cartoons I do. I think it's a really great tradition, and I want to keep it alive. Okay, so again, the questions are, what does the film need, right? That's the big question. What best serves the story? Should I score a picture, or should I mood scores or vibe score? Should I write a theme? The next question, what does the scene need? Answered with its sister question, what emotions are present? Okay, we're going to actually start breaking this thing down in the next video. We'll see you then.